Jenny McCarthy Show.
Oh! Welcome to my show.
Hello, Jenny. I've loved you since Singled Out. I'm sure you get that all the time. I hope that doesn't annoy you, but I love you.
It doesn't annoy me. I like it better than I loved you on Remote Control, and I'm like, no.
Don't sleep on Remote Control.
Remote Control was great, but that girl was way different. Way different.
Come on, Remote Control.
No, I think you're amazing. You're so smart, and what you do for autism and everything, you're just so brilliant. Yeah,
well, thank you. I appreciate that. And kudos to you. What a talent you are. You're
Thank
like
you.
a triple threat.
Thank you.
You're handsome, you sing, you act. Come on.
Thank you.
How do you find time to write and record music when you're on a busy show like Empire?
I mean, music is just always the thing that I've been able to do. You know, music, there's never, to me at least, there's never an excuse not to do music. You can't always audition when you work in like a normal 9 to 5 or 8 to 11 or whatever I was working before Empire, but
Right.
You can always find time to create music. You can, in your sleep, when you're driving, when you're in the bathroom, you're in the shower, on a toilet, whatever you're doing, you can always create music. So there's always time. I'll never not find time to create music because that's my first love over everything.
Is it your first love that if you had to choose one, that's the one you would choose?
I would hate to have to choose, but yes, if I had to choose, it would be the music, for sure.
What was the audition process like for Empire?
7 damn long auditions.
Shut
Lee
up.
Daniels and Danny Strong took me through the ringer. The first audition was with Leah Daniels Butler, who is Lee Daniels' baby sister and cast all of his projects. And I sang X Factor by Lauryn Hill. And then I went back and I met Lee, and whenever I sing a cappella, I close my eyes. And he told me, he said, all right, open your eyes now. And I opened my eyes, but as I'm singing, I slowly see my eyes starting to close. And then I was like, I lost this role because I just showed him that I can't take direction. So he called me up. He literally called me on my cell, and he said, I am convinced of you as an actor. I'm convinced of you as a vocalist. I'm not convinced of you as a performer because you did not perform. So I had to go in. Yeah, I know. I was like, damn, hurt a brother's feelings.
Yeah, right.
So, but I had to go in, and he said for me to sing Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke, which you could not have picked a better, for my voice, you could not have picked a better song for me to have to perform.
Oh,
So
great.
I went in and I performed it, and then he said, okay, now I'm convinced. Now let's get you this job. So probably 4 auditions later, it took some, convincing, I think, because I wasn't known, and but the network after 7 auditions, he sent me a text and he said, it's capital Y, capital O, capital U. It's you. And I said, Lee. And he said, yes, Jamal. So, and that was that.
Oh, my God.
That
Okay,
was
so you
that.
hang up the phone, and what do you say? What do you do immediately?
I literally, well, first of all, I was on the phone with my mom. The day that I knew that I had gone and done the network test, I knew the next day that they would all be watching, the network and the studio would all be watching the tape. So I went to the beach. I lied to everybody, and I said, I have so much to do, just so I didn't have everybody. You know how it is, like everybody asking you,
Totally.
have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? So I went to the beach, and I literally meditated and prayed for 4 hours. And I didn't pray or meditate on the role. I literally said to the universe, I was like, if it's mine, let it be. And if it's the other amazingly talented actor, let it be his. But I was driving. I was like, all right, I'm tired. After 4 hours, I was driving. I was on Topanga Canyon, and I was on the phone with my mom, and I got the text, and I pulled over because Oprah said, don't text or drive.
That's right.
So I pulled over and I checked the text, and I was on the phone with my mom when I got the text, and I drove and I picked her up. I took her to my apartment. My brothers came over, and I popped champagne. I did not drink champagne, but I drank champagne. And
Hell
then
yeah.
I kept on saying, I was like, I hope that I don't wake up and this is a dream. And then Lee Daniels posted a picture of me, and it said, A Star Is Born.
Oh,
And
my God.
That's the cool thing about Lee. Lee gives you a good old Hollywood type of story to tell.
Yeah.
And I kept waking up in the middle of the night for whatever reason, checking Instagram, just making sure that picture was still there and it wasn't a dream.
Oh, I'm
And
so
here I
happy
am
for you.
4 seasons later.
I live for these stories.
Me too.
Because I feel like anyone, if you just follow your dream and you
Yeah.
stick with it, it will
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
I had to audition for Singled Out 14 times because
See?
I was Playmate of the Year, and they thought my clothes were accidentally going to fall off while I was hosting on TV. So they kept
They were
bringing me back
hoping.
over and over.
They were hoping. We know what they were about.
Right. They wouldn't even let me wear crop tops on MTV back then. I couldn't show belly button. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding
Like
me. Where
they
are
have
we?
Britney Spears and Janet and all of these people, and you can't.
I was pre-Britney. That's how old
I
am.
love Singled
It was
Out, though.
25
That was
years
my
old.
show back in
It
the
was
day.
a fucking great
We
show.
used to watch that all the time.
It's crazy how many people did. They
Yeah.
died.
No, that
mean,
was like a cult favorite. I mean, obviously it was a part of pop culture and everything, but that was a cult favorite. Like we'd always be like, "Yo, you see that fool on Singled Out?" Like da 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 da. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!